Hello, namaste to all. I Sangita Patel. Welcome you all to Divine Healing channel. And as you can see, this is my friend Hemali Vora. Today I'm going to take her interview because she is a physical therapist, a Reiki master, and she has done so many other courses, and she's a healer as well. So we'll talk about how, from the physical therapist, she jumped into a energy healing thing, and now she's pursuing her career as a Reiki master. Give some brief introduction about yourself, like from the physical therapist. How do you, jump into the energy field, or what is the one thing which drawn you towards the Reiki?
So thank you, Sangita, for having me or interviewing me right here. My mission is to change or transform the way world looks at or perceives life, end of life, and death. I started out with physical therapy, and 22 years ago I graduated with my master's.
Yeah.
And when I was actually a student in my physical therapy school, and when we were working with hands, and just initially one of the class, I felt like something was happening in my palm, like I had some heat coming out. And then I had my internships where I felt that, I was able to know where people were hurting at sometimes. And then I could feel heat on their body where they were hurting. And so I had known about Reiki or something like healing energies like that, but I had never looked into that. And so I always wanted to, this was in 1998, and then really always knew that I wanted to look for Reiki or learn a little bit about it and what it is, because I always said, there's something about my hands, and I definitely want to pursue that. So I think that was back of my mind, and when things after, I didn't learn Reiki until like probably 6-7 years later, where things were not working out for me, and everything, right? Well, I shouldn't say 6-7 years. This was 98 and I learned in 2013, so that's a long time of not pursuing. You get back into life and marriage and kids, and life just happens, and you just live regular, normal, automatic life.
So when you learn Reiki and when you practice it, right? So what are the changes you have seen in yourself or in your life happening? And I know it's not like happening in a day or two, it takes time. So, but it's subtle changes. I am being a Reiki master, been 12 years, I know, right? So that's the one thing I wanted to ask you, because I think there's so many audience out there, who just even do not know what Reiki is, what kind of changes we go through, and it helps us over a period of time, as because she and me both are into this field, and we have learned so many different modalities of healing and different things, right? And over a period of time, we have noticed that we have purified from inside and become a better person. But to realize it and to go to that level, of course, it takes time. So, being a physical therapist and being then going to this field, what are the changes, positive changes happening to your life? And also, sometimes when we go through choose a new path, especially, right? There are certain things happening, and sometimes we do not understand it. Being a person, and sometimes we get lost in the sense that we try to figure it out, and we go through sometimes. So the emotional changes happening within us, and with all this energy work, people who are Reiki master, who they must be connecting with me, that we also heal as a person, because since childhood, when we grew up, there are some or other things, or there are some traumas which we forgot, but they are sitting in the back side of our mind or in the subconscious mind. And over a period of time, when we start healing ourselves, or we start our healing journey, all these things start coming to surface, and we start healing. So eventually, or the first, when it start coming to the surface, we do not realize it, right?
Absolutely.
So that's my question, that how many changes, or what you went through when you eventually start practicing Reiki?
That's a great question. So when I first learned Reiki, I was just doing it on myself, and I learned Reiki 1. And after that, just felt this little bit of calmness, peace.
Okay.
But after a while, I started getting more and more intuitive.
Okay.
So started getting aware of things around me. What are my thoughts, and taking responsibility for myself and what I say, or my inactions, right? Actions or inactions. What are my thoughts about myself and others? And not in a blaming way sense for myself. It was more in a gentle, compassionate way, learning a little bit about myself. Like really getting deeper into who I am, what do I like, what do I not like, what is it that I'm seeking. So more into that. And while I did that, right away I also Reiki 2, after Reiki 2, I also did holistic nutrition.
Okay, what's that?
I was led to that more in terms of, our primary food is our emotions. Our primary food is the career that we have. Our primary food are relationships, and my main thing is relationship not only with others, but relationship with yourself. And what is that, and how does that look like?
Yes.
That is the biggest thing. Also, after that, like you said, emotional changes, right? So when we talk about healing, and it's not always happy. It's not,
Of course,
people think that it's, calming. It's like once you start removing all the labels that you were put on, the boxes that you were put on by the society, by yourself, people around you, things, as a childhood, like you said, childhood traumas and everything, once you go deeper and deeper into it, life can get upside down, inside out, where seriously it feels like, but it's about yourself. It's just more and more things come into your awareness, situations, people, and it shows you how you are interacting or not interacting, and are you standing up for yourself? What is it that do you feel you're worth it? What is your value? You demand respect from people. Are you giving yourself respect?
Yeah.
Do you respect yourself? And you demand love from everyone, but do you know what love is? So it's like really,
it's not about other, but for all.
It's
for
always
us.
about ourselves.
Yes.
You cannot change anybody else but yourself.
Very true.
And so, just realizing all these things coming into my awareness. Mind you, every day I did Reiki practice, meditation, healing myself. Also, what shifted and changed was I started using Reiki and the nutrition things I was learning with my patients. I was working at the hospital and sometimes nursing homes or home care, where I started using that, helping people, and to see that after surgery their pain got less
That's good.
than before. The outcome is much better, faster, even with patients with stroke. And you name it, and I was able to help them with that. And I still say that I'm not a healer, I'm a channeler. I channel, and it's really them doing the work. It's not me, because while healing work, it's like it's healing crisis. You go through healing crisis, like you were talking about emotional changes. It's also called dark night of the soul. Also, you will find that they're not just one rock bottom. There can be hundreds of rock bottoms, and you will never imagine how many rock bottoms are there and how deeper you can fall. And it's just once you start discovering, recovering all the things you learn about yourself, learn about the people around you, situations, experiences, as the world itself.
Yes.
And it just gets, sometimes it gets depressing, so to speak, and
Yes.
little, you still question. It's almost like curiosity. Things are coming up into awareness. And I always say, anything that needs to be released has to come into awareness. So it could be pain somewhere deep down in your body. And then also, I was able to find root causes of some of my patterns and habits by doing this practice every single day. So yeah, there were lots of changes, and it didn't happen within the night time, or I didn't have a magic wand. Like even my patient as a physical therapist, they wanted to know, can you get me better right now, And same thing with Reiki, like one session, they're like, okay, I should feel different, like sparks going off and walking again, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I wish I had a magic wand. I do work with crystals, but I wish it was that fast. You have to take responsibility for yourself. Yeah.
So, I know you're a Reiki master and you do give sessions to people. Another question is that how do you convince people to come to you, especially for the treatment, and also because she also teaches Reiki as well. So, how do you convince them to come and learn Reiki, and also to convince other people to come and for a session? Because being a healer, this is the toughest thing, or I would say most difficult thing, what we all went through, what we all face. And right, as she's mentioned, that people do expect miracles in the first session itself. And I told my friend long back that tell them that when you have an accident, right, and when doctor recommend you go for a therapy, one therapy is going to help you. And another example which I always tell my friends who are healers, that there is a one house, it's been closed in so many years. So if you go and clean out one time, do you think it is done? Right? It takes time. So if you have so many things or so many baggages in so many years, how do you expect us to clear it out in one time? Also, being a healer, I always tell my clients, I don't know if you do it or not, but that I'm going to do a healing and I'm going to help you with few affirmations and few things which you have to practice. If you're not going to practice, then change is not going to happen, right? Because being a healer or being into this field, we ourselves have worked so much on ourselves. That's the reason we are sitting here and talking about all these things. That's the reason people are getting amazing results when they come to us, see us, take our guidance and help. So my another question for you is, what is the fun activity, or what is one thing which you love to do in your free time?
So to your first question about, how do you convince clients, or how do you convince students them to take Reiki classes? The thing is, I've learned over the years that you can't convince anyone. You can't tell them that this is good. You can take the horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink it, right? Especially family and friends, that, they're struggling and you have something that helps them. But, so I wait for them to ask. Usually what happens is I'll just tell them to try one session.
Okay.
And some people come back, some don't. I don't take it personally anymore. It's
course.
not about me. They're not ready. They're not there. But they have this awareness that there is something like that exists out there. And I've had few people come back, or it's taken them a year to get back to me again.
Wow.
So we've had conversation. I talk to them how it helps, what it does. Especially when you talk about stress and anxiety, and a lot of people have that lately. And I do sessions online, distant healing. I have many clients in India, and I've also started teaching online.
That's good.
So I have a few students in India, and it's just that once they try it, they want to do the class. And I tell them it's not about teaching someone, it's not about going out there and becoming a healer, because sometimes that's the questions, like, I don't want to go heal anybody, or I just want the healing to be done for me. That's the one thing, people don't want to do any work, they want you to do the work. But again, same thing, all the examples you've given in terms of physical therapy.
Mm-hmm.
It was, even as a physical therapist, we give them exercises to do at home.
Yes.
They have to do things on their own. Like they come to me possibly 2-3 times a week,
Mm-hmm.
but the rest of the weekdays they still have to do the work. So if they, so really, it's about taking responsibility, and not many people are ready, or they're afraid
Mm-hmm.
what they might have to let go, what they might have to stop doing. And I tell them that this is not about stopping anything. This is about adding on one more thing to help you calm down, to help you be focused, have clarity. It doesn't matter what is your career that you choose. Like I have someone who's a hairstylist, or someone who's learned Reiki from me, someone who's in engineering, computer science. I mean, so all kinds of people, and they just come back and they're like, thank you so much. And then it's more word of mouth. So I work with more word of mouth. People have had good success. They've tried it, and then they refer their friends and everyone else to come. And so, and it's, it's up and down. I do have to do a lot of marketing and sharing, and some people are more open
Mm-hmm.
and more aware than others. So what was your second question? Sorry.
What is the fun activity you like to do in your free time, or something which you love or enjoy?
The fun activity, what do I like doing? Well, I love walking in the woods,
Mm-hmm.
usually, and then I love playing with babies, kids.
Oh,
I have my nephews and nieces are little, so sometimes not as much as my sister and brother would want me to, but I do go and play with them, because I feel that I get so grounded, and you're in that place of present moment with them.
Yes.
You can do anything and everything. They don't judge you. They don't criticize you. I sing my heart out, and they don't tell me, and my kids will tell me, no, don't sing, please. And these little ones are like, they're singing with me and having fun. We dance, and it's really, I really play with them. I swing, I play in the dirt, and so that's one fun activity I like to do.
Good to know. Now we are going to do a rapid fire round where I'm going to ask few questions to her, and she's going to answer in a one word or maybe in a few lines. So
I'll try.
Okay. So first question is, according to you, what is the most beautiful thing about this life?
Most beautiful thing about life. I think life is magical. It's miraculous. It's fun. It's, the curiosity. I love to see small things, and just the way, the love that is in this life. And I focus on that. The synchronicity in life that really excites me.
So now you have to define spirituality in one word. What, according to you, is spirituality? Just in one word, if you can.
Defining spirituality in one word, I would say self-realization.
Wow.
Self-realization.
Beautiful. Yes. So the another question is meaning of the life.
Meaning
According
of life.
to you, it's a meaning.
Wow, these are some loaded, amazing questions that to answer in one word. Meaning of life, according to me, just to be who you are, be your authentic self, to discover who you are. So self-realization again. But I think we're here to live to our fullest and experience everything in life, and the good and the bad and the uglies too, and really learn from all of that. I really think, just living in the fullest you can until the last breath you take.
Beautiful.
Without any regrets, without any just without any criticism and judgment about yourself, just living your life to the fullest.
This is going to be a tough for you, I guess. So one thing, like learning from the past or preparing for the future, what you do the most or what you practice the most out of this two?
What do I do the most? Whether I learn from the past or look forward to future?
Yes.
My whole thing is trying to be in the present, not go so much into the past, and not look so much into the future, and just one step at a time. Sometimes I have to remind myself one step at a time, because sometimes future looks scary because it's a lot. I do, since I've been practicing Reiki, and I also do Akashic record reading, and so the more and more I go deeper into the healing modalities in this world, is that trying not to stay in the past. I mean, I've done past life regression like you have, and it's just that we can keep going into the past and keep healing so much. There is so much, and then when you just decide in the present moment that you're going to let go of all that, that is release everything from the past. And sorry, this was a one word question.
That's fine.
And so, well, yeah, being in the present, really being in the present, because when you do one step at a time, the future is beautiful and the past is forgotten, really.
So this was Hemali, and like stay in tune, because we are going to do another video about her book, and she is an author too. So this is part 1 about Hemali Vora, about her journey, how she started from physical therapist to the Reiki masters, and now she's pursuing her career in that. So I hope you guys like this video. Do put down in comment sections that what is the one thing which you liked about this video, and also if you can put down in comment section on what topics or on what kind of people I should take more interview, which you would love to watch. So thank you guys for coming and watching this video. Do subscribe to my channel, like it, share it with your friends and family. So till I see you next time, I Sangita Patel, take care, leaves lots of love, light and angels present, and thank you.
Thank you.